Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Hello, Kai. Hello, Wendy. Yeah, I had some out of town visitors last week, and I had intended to put up a post that it was not going to be happening last week, but I got distracted, and suddenly time passes. Hey, Vix, welcome. Margie, glad to see you. So, did everybody enjoy their last week of summer? Thank you, Paula. Yeah, I understand that, Wendy. But I tend to do that on occasion. I just kind of disappear. It's part of my personality, unfortunately. I get busy, I get distracted, and then I don't think about it for a while, and before you know it, days have passed. And welcome, Lee. Your timing's good. Haven't started yet. Welcome, Lindsay. So I promised Chris that I would be putting a vote down for him for the prophet song throughout the whole thing. So whenever the prophet song is up against somebody else, there's already one vote. Where are you, Lee, that it's still hot? We had a pretty mild August here. I'm glad for that, Wendy. Welcome, Donna. Good to see you. I haven't actually watched Flash Gordon for a long time. I think I watched a bit of it a few months back. Yeah, California would be nice. Oh, Vegas. Yeah, Vegas is always hot though, right? Well, mostly, comparatively, I guess. Although Vegas does get snow on a rare occasion, doesn't it? Although Texas got snow last year. I like Vegas. I don't know if I'd want to live there. I think I'd get too distracted. Although I'm not a gambler, so I never miss the cold. I'll take hot over cold each and every day. Hey, Liliana, welcome. Hello, Allie. Sorry, missed you coming in. Yeah, Canada, especially West Coast, is pretty mild. It's you can't complain with the weather overall. Us Vancouverites, we like to complain about the rain, but for me, it's not so much the rain. It's just 3 straight months of gray, cloudy days. Oh, you were in Alaska, so were you far enough up to get the 23-hour days and the 23-hour nights? Well, on alternate times of the year, of course, not on the same day. That's Liliana. I've heard that before, and then whenever I go and click on them, they always seem to work. So, do you remember what video that link was in? And I'll check it. Yeah, I like Southern California. I could definitely live there. Okay, I'll check it, Liliana. Thank you. I don't put it up on every video. It does show up on some of them. I don't know if you want to search for a different link or not, but I'll check that one. Thank you for that. Okay, I guess with the end of summer and missing a week, we have a slightly smaller crowd than we usually do when we get started, but I think it's probably fair. There's enough of us here to get a vote going anyways, especially for the first. Hello, Leslie, welcome. Especially for the first preliminary brackets. They're usually easier choices than the other ones. Yes, Freddie's birthday tomorrow, so we will wish him a happy birthday now. What would he be, 70, 75 this year? If I'm doing my math right, was it 46, September 5th? Yeah, 75, yeah. I'm terrible for birthdays, quite honestly. I have a hard time remembering anybody's birthday. Okay, let's get started. Let's do our first preliminary bracket. So for this one, we're going to be hitting 1 for Too Much Love Will Kill You, or 2 for My Fairy King. Oh, Mary, happy birthday, Mary. I would sing, but I don't. So just pretend I'm singing you this magnificent version of the happy birthday song in the best possible way you can imagine it, and that's my happy birthday song for you. So that was Too Much Love Will Kill You, hit number 1. My Fairy King is 2. Well, I think I'm seeing victory for Too Much Love. Am I surprised by that? I think maybe a little bit. They're both great songs, though, right? Hello, Indy. Okay, so Too Much Love is thy winner. So who here, if anybody, has been to Garden Lodge? Has anybody ever been there in person? Paula, you've been to Garden Lodge, right? Didn't you and Aunt go there one day? Yeah, I wish too. I'll get there one day. Still waiting for that big lottery win. Could be a while. If I live to be another 200 years, maybe. Would you rather go to Garden Lodge or to Montreux, to the studio? Oh, absolutely. I'm sure they would invite us all in to have a party at Garden Lodge. We'll just let them know who we are, and yeah, the statue would be cool to see. But I can't decide. I guess what if you were allowed inside Garden Lodge though, where you could actually go into the home? Would you still want to go to Montreux? If I could get inside Garden Lodge and like and walk around the house, and I think I would take that over Montreux. It's hard to say. Yeah, there's a lot of history to both places. I guess Montreux has more history with the band, I guess, and the lodge, of course, for Freddie more personally. Yeah, if you could, that's what I'm thinking too, Ali. If I could go inside, it would be hard not to want to see the house. Is Mary living in Garden Lodge right now? She is, yeah. Good for her. Okay, so on to our second preliminary bracket. Hello, Melissa. I don't know, Hippie, did I say hello yet? I hope so. If not, hello, Janet. Okay, so second bracket. For this one, we're going to be hitting 1 for the Prophet song or 2 for Ride the Wild Wind. So 1 for the Prophet song, 2 for Ride the Wild Wind. Paula. Really? And Lindsay and Claudia? And hello, Claudia, by the way. Lynn? Is that right? You actually like it more? I mean, there's no wrong answers here, right? But now we know. Yes. Okay, Prophet song. With the exception of a couple of dissenters, a couple troublemakers. Kawasaki Ninja song. I'm not sure I know that. Oh yeah, no, I've already got Chris's vote down for the Prophet song all the way through. I don't think it'll make much of a difference. So, Democracy in Action, yeah, yes, Moy, Double Trouble. Where's your other troublemaking half, Paula? Oh, you ride a Ninja. Oh, okay, yeah. I used to ride a Kawasaki, but it wasn't a Ninja. It was more of a street cruiser. I'm not a. I much prefer cruisers over crotch rockets. Oh, I hope he's feeling better. You'll have to go give him some soup. Okay, moving on to the third bracket. For this one, we're going to be hitting 1 for Dead on Time or 2 for Staying Power. So Staying Power is number 2, Dead on Time number 1. That would be interesting, Donna, actually. If I, yeah, narrow down the favorites of each individual band member. I'm sorry to hear that, Paula, but if it all works out in the long run, that's great. And I hope you do remain friends. Well, I think this one's a gimme. Good old Dead on Time. One of my favorite unknowns. Was it Staying Power that had the trumpet player from Careless Whisper? Not trumpet. Um, like I said, I don't always know. Was it trumpet? Yeah, I would imagine. Not imagine. I agree. A live version of Staying Power is much better. Thank you, thank you. I knew it wasn't a trumpet, but I blanked on saxophone. It was the guy from Careless Whisper, though, right? Or am I thinking of a wrong song here now, too? Scrambled brain. No, I'm pretty sure it was Careless Whisper. Okay, so let's go on to our fourth preliminary bracket. And for this one, we're going to be voting 1 for Lazing on a Sunday Afternoon, or 2 for All God's People. So All God's People, number 2, Lazing on a Sunday Afternoon, 1. And it looks like it is now official. The winner is Lazing on a Sunday Afternoon. That's going to make for an interesting second bracket. So I did up a list of all the songs that I hadn't put into the challenges yet, and it looks like we've got three more weeks of this particular game, and then from there I think we'll move on to 1 week and we'll do some voting on the album covers, like the album art. All God's People is a great lyric, great vocals too, but Lazy on a Sunday Afternoon is one of those songs that I've just always loved hearing. Never get bored of it. It's a happy song. Okay, next bracket. For this one, we're going to be hitting 1 for We Will Rock You, or 2 for Hang On In There. Thank you, Lindsay, for that correction. That's right. So who did the horns on Staying Power now? I don't remember. And yeah, well, quite honestly, this one should be unanimous. I think that's. I was just being in trouble, Wendy. Good for you. Yeah, there's tough choices, there's easy choices, and then there's just gimmies, and this pairing's one of the gimmies. I suspect there'll be a few of those over time. Surprised my dog hasn't made her appearance yet. Oh, my camera's gone all. Thank you. And my son is over at a friend, so it's so quiet in here right now. It's kind of nice. Yeah, Maya still might make an appearance. Tyler definitely won't be. Not today. I got actually picked up some of these headphone splitter things. That so I'm going to see if Tyler will do a couple of Queen reactions with me. I think it would be fun. Arif Martin. Okay. Actually, I think that name does sound familiar. Thank you for the information, Liliana. Okay, next pairing. Here we go. For this one, we're hitting 1 for Gimme the Prize or 2 for Son and Daughter. Son and Daughter is 2. Gimme the Prize 1. Oh, close one. Very close one. Got some more votes out there. Keep them coming. Oh dear. So where are we now? Oh, 1, 2, 2, 3. Any more votes out there? I have 9 for Gimme the Prize and 10 for Son and Daughter. Does anybody want to double check that for me? And if anybody else has a vote out there who hasn't yet, go ahead, toss it in. But as it sits right now, unless corrected, Son and Daughter is going to take this one. Okay. It looks like voting is done. Are you voting for Ant, or did Ant tell you to vote that? Because that's different. If you're talking to him and he said, place this vote in for me, then I'll accept it. But if you're just taking a second vote, then no, you're just being, you can't do that. Is it? Okay, I'll let it go. And that's going to tie it all up, which means, well, we all know what that means, that I got to break the tie. And yeah, exactly, Margie. We all get to pick how big our families are, and we all get to vote. No, I'm letting Paula vote for Ant because yeah, I know Ant. He loves his hard queen, and so I'll take it. So, but I am going to make the decision here, and I'm still going to take number 2. It's still going to be Son and Daughter on this one. I've always enjoyed Son and Daughter. I like that kind of Black Sabbath feel it gives. It's not the greatest song per se. It's not the greatest lyric, but I don't know. Something about the guitar riff in that one is really. Yeah, I think it was in the book I was that in the Freddie Mercury book where he's talking about how he liked what his smoking did to his voice, that he was able to produce that rougher voice. Hello, Ulrich. Welcome. Oh, I've got about 8 hours recording on VHS tape because the day Freddie died in the news, it was like I've never seen anything quite like it. The only reaction I've seen to somebody's death like that was probably Lennon and Elvis and Freddie Mercury. Those are the only three um, music celebrities that I've ever seen that have had so much coverage of their passing. But yeah, it was like 8 hours straight of news coverage on the passing of Freddie Mercury. It's all on VHS. I should probably get it transferred over to digital form. I don't know. No, like yeah, people talked about Bowie, but I mean this. It wasn't anything near the way that it was. Like I didn't even expect it, especially here in America. When Freddie passed away, I didn't expect a great deal of news coverage on it. I thought, they might talk about it on the evening news or something. But no, it was like every show, hour after hour, everybody was talking about. And I, like I say, I never seen anything like it before. Like I know Elvis was like that. I was very small or very young when Elvis passed away. I remember where I was when Elvis passed away, but I wasn't that connected to the artist himself. Whereas, so I didn't notice it so much, but just the reactions that I've seen. No, not even Prince. And I thought Prince for sure would have been the same way. I know it's hard. Maybe there's just so much more news happening nowadays, or they feel news that we need to know maybe just stifles it all. Like I said, I'll have to. I have a box of VHS tapes around that I've been carrying around and moving with me for 30 years. One of these days, I should be proactive and see if I can figure out what's on some of them and digitize them. Okay, let's do our next bracket. Well, yeah, perhaps that's why there's, because you hit on a really good point there, because of the AIDS tragedy. I think perhaps that's why he was talked about so much more than anybody else, because it wasn't just a famous person. He was one of the first famous people to pass away from the disease. So yeah, it definitely would have gotten a lot more coverage because of that. I remember almost kind of when I heard when he passed. I remember almost selfishly being, I don't know if angry is the right word for it, but I was annoyed that I would never see them live again, as if Freddie's passing wasn't you know the more pressing thing. But I just remember that thought passing through my head. It's just like, wow, it's like it's literally all over. I'm never going to see this band again. Okay, let's go on next bracket. Final, no, two more preliminary brackets to go. So for this one, we will be pressing 1 for Lily of the Valley or 2 for Friends Will Be Friends. Yeah, Donna, it does kind of make sense. So you understand what I mean by that, right? Yeah. That's not far off the truth, Mary. Once Freddie passed, there hasn't been a lot of original music since. I mean, there's been a lot of great music since, but I don't know. It just feels different, feels more formulated. Hello, Danielle. Welcome. Okay, I've lost count on this one. I'm counting 11-8 right now in favor of Lily of the Valley. Yeah, I like that interview with Elton John where he's talking about the gift from Freddie. And it's looking like Lily of the Valley won that one, unless I miscounted, I don't think. Yeah, there are certain songs that, I mean, depending on my mood, certainly not every time, but there are certain songs and certain moods that I have. It's very difficult to hold back a tear. Who Wants to Live Forever does that to me. Nevermore, Lily of the Valley's good for that. All Dead, All Dead. You didn't like I've always found Lily to be a nice name. Okay, let's do our final pairing for the preliminary round. For this one, we're going to be hitting 1 for Who Needs You or 2 for The Miracle. So Who Needs You is 1 and The Miracle is 2. Wow, The Miracle it was close for a little bit there. Oh, hang on. Is there a comeback? Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Okay, the miracle it is. Um, I'm gonna have to add about 6 songs to complete the final bracket of 16. So what I'm going to do is probably take all of the runner-ups from each week and throw them back into the mix. And if I still need a song or two, I'm going to pick a couple of songs that I thought might have been um, unjustly voted out. Not like, especially the first couple of weeks when I would put like 2 good songs up against each other. And it seemed just a little bit unfair that one of them had to get evicted right away. So, what's a good example of that? Like Love of My Life and You Take My Breath Away, Bicycle Race against Fat Bottom Girls, Millionaire's Waltz against Fairy Fellers. I mean, it's a shame to see such good songs get knocked out in the first round. So, I'll probably take a couple of those songs that I thought were deserved a little better and throw them into the mix as well to give them a second chance. Kind of a recall election a little bit, yeah. It's more just filling holes because brackets are 16 songs, and if there's only 10 songs left over, I have to do something to complete the bracket. So that's my idea. It's Late, I think, is probably the best Queen song that nobody knows. Okay, so we're down to our final 8. Oh yeah, no, give me all the hassles you want. I don't mind being teased. Yeah, well, that's a good point, Mary. The Prophet song is just, to me, it's just so well known. But you're right. I mean, very few people know the Prophet song. And speaking of the Prophet song, we'll get started with our quarterfinal bracket now. And for this one, we're going to be hitting 1 for Too Much Love Will Kill You, or 2 for the Prophet song. Too Much Love Will Kill You hit 1, the Prophet song hit 2. Oh man, Chris is gonna be very upset. I'll just have all of you know this now. It would be no fun if they're all easy choices. Whew, okay, so Too Much Love Will Kill You is the winner. Not sure how I feel about that one. That's okay. That's okay. I'm all right. Welcome, Hot Space. I'm sure you're here to save the prophet song from its demise. Oh, did I Oh no, I was counting. That's right. I was I was counting them backwards. It is a prophet song that's 2, isn't it? Yes. Yes. Oh, thank you. Much better now. I was about to lose faith in all of you. Although I don't expect the prophet song to win the entire thing, I thought for sure it would at least get past um, too much level kill you. So I know David has stopped posting. What about Jonathan though? I haven't seen anything come out with Jonathan lately either. Is he taking a break? In fact, I think the last thing I saw him put out was something he did himself. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I saw that. David posted, or did he because I know he re-uploaded a song recently. Keep hearing things. Yeah, yeah, you reposted, yeah. Well, I hope they're all enjoying it's easy to burn out sometimes and I don't know how some of these guys do reactions day after day. I suppose if that's their job, then it might make some sense. But hello, Maya. What do you got there? Come here. Come here. Oh, she seems to have discovered food from somewhere. A chef. Huh. She's got it looks like she like has mascara around her eyes or something. And it's uh Maya, not Maya. I always read Mia as Mia. I don't have a kitty anymore. I've had cats my whole life, but I haven't had one since my last cat passed away a few years back. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever do it any other way other than to rescue now. Yes, there should be a kitty here, sitting up here on the chair. But I don't think Maya and a cat would get along too well. especially with Maya. She's becoming quite protective of the space. So to bring in a second animal in now, I think would be very difficult. Perhaps if it was like a kitten. What is it about cats that you fear? I mean, granted, they can have real attitudes, but oh, did I maybe I just missed it, Margie. And it's some people might spell Maya like that, M-I-A. Like I say, whenever I've seen M-I-A, I always think of Mia. But well, yeah, I mean, what the last cat I had was um, kind of predisposed to. Uh, I want to say I don't know about aggression per se, but yeah, she was. I think she had a, a brain problem. She passed away because her head started swelling up. I think guess she had a brain aneurysm. So it always used to have her. She'd have very strange mood swings where she could just be walking down the hallway and then great cat though. I've been scratched and bit by cats many, many times. I'd rather be scratched by a cat than bit by a dog, I guess, if it came right down to it. No, I can, and a lot of people don't like cats because of their aloof attitudes as well. Like cats are more like roommates than pets. They do what they want when they want to do it, and you're only there to feed them. For their strong, independent attitudes, Leslie. Yes, and that's why what I like about cats too. But I will say, dogs. When they say man's best friend is a dog, I get it because once a dog attaches to a human, they're oh, you should see my dog, Wendy. Oh, she thinks she's a little lap dog, so she'll jump up on your lap, but she's 60 pounds, and it's just like a hey. If I had enough space, if I didn't live in a townhouse, I would have multiple pets for sure. I love having pets around. Louise, that's perfect. Yes. My dog thinks she's a human, and my cats always thought they were above. Okay, next bracket. Jack Russell's smart little dogs. Cats and dogs can be very good friends, actually. Okay, here we go. Next bracket. For this one, we are hitting one for dead on time, and I'm going to try to remember the numbers this time. Dead on time is number one, or lazing on a Sunday afternoon is two. Dead on time one, lazing on a Sunday afternoon two. Strange pairing. That's close. There's a clear winner, but it's close. Or are you at Sunday now, Claudia? That means you can officially celebrate Freddie's birthday. And lazing on a Sunday takes this one. Yeah, both of these songs I like as well. Dead on Time's one of those songs I was pushing on every reaction channel that I could type. But unfortunately, mostly falls on deaf ears. Deaf? Deaf. I love the pace of Dead on Time. It's just high energy, good old classic rock and roll piece. And I like the end of it too. The thunder. That's another one of those songs that's very very few people, even like I say, even Queen fans that I come across don't listen to. Queen was perfect for that, for really putting contrasting songs back to back on albums. You never got the same sound twice in a row. The guitars were different, the drum pace was different, the vocals were different. Gotta remember which one Rob Squad is. I'm looking forward to, is it Get Sideways? I'm looking forward to their Queen 2 reaction. I'm not sure what you mean, Wendy. Are you talking about the VHS tape I was talking about earlier? Because this was just a recording of TV shows. It wasn't the tribute concert. It was just whatever happened to come on the television that day on news shows or anything. I just recorded it all. But I mean, if I'll get a digital copy of it and I'll send it to anybody who wants it. You don't have to buy anything. I'd gladly share anything like that. It's what I plan to do with my comic book too, is scan all the pages and anybody who wants it can have it. Yeah, even Wendy, I haven't even watched that in almost 30 years. I don't even remember what's on it. I'm very curious myself. Hello, Stepan. Am I pronouncing that right? Is the J silent in that? But hello, welcome. Glad to have you here. We're just going through our Queen song challenge right now. We're about halfway through, so you're welcome to join in with us. Yeah, I mean, there was certainly a lot of, as much as I remember of it, there was a ton of tribute stuff, of course. There's probably a lot of talk about HIV/AIDS, of course, as well. Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah. Anyways, welcome. So let's go on to our next bracket then. We're going on to the upper right side. And for this one, we're going to be hitting hit number 1 if your vote is for We Will Rock You, or 2 if you prefer Son and Daughter. So Son and Daughter is 2, We Will Rock You 1. A book with just all the Queen. Oh, really, Liliana? Please do. Yes, send that to me. Yeah, to the email for sure. I wonder if there's any information in there about the Vancouver concerts. I've tried to find information on the Vancouver concert. There's very little to be had. A couple like local news articles, which I remember reading back in the day. In fact, I might even have a newspaper somewhere around um, from the Vancouver province the day after the concert. Okay, so what do we got here? It's looking like We Will Rock You is rocking its way into the semifinals. It is very much a classic. For such a simple song, um, would it be the most? It could possibly be one of the most popular songs in the world. I think it would. We Will Rock You. Would you agree that We Will Rock You is more popular than We Are the Champions, simply because of its use in sports every day? Exactly. Yeah, I think We Will Rock You might end up being like the most famous rock song of all time, I think. Ah, Chris, you made it. Oh, my friend, I almost had a heart attack. I was counting my own numbers backwards and I thought the Prophet song fell to Too Much Love Will Kill You. And the first thing that came into my head was how unhappy Chris was going to be. But as it turns out, I got corrected and felt a lot better about it because the Prophet song did indeed move on. Yeah, I think We Will Rock You is more well known as well. It's even more well known than Bohemian Rhapsody, I think. Okay, We Will Rock You is the winner. Yeah, it would be hard to top We Will Rock You as an anthem song. Well, Stepan, it's not that unpopular. There was quite a few votes. It was actually quite a close vote between the Prophet song and Too Much Love Will Kill You. And I do understand from a song listening standpoint how Too Much Love Will Kill You might even be deemed a better traditional structured song, because the Prophet song is quite, if you're not prepared for that canon in the middle, that can be a little strange for some people. Um, it's a long, long song as well. So, for me, it would be very controversial, only because the Prophet song has been, one of my 5 favorite Queen songs for 40 years. But to somebody else, especially to somebody who might have became a Queen fan later in life, yeah, I mean, it would be perfectly understandable. I could see why somebody would take Too Much Love Will Kill You. And and Mary, I think that's what I like so much about Queen is how they transition, and again, not just all the transitions they're famous for throughout their songs, just the transitions within each album. from song to song, and then the transitions from album to album, giving very different vibes and very different feels. They were constantly a band on the move, um, like running water. If they don't, it never stops. It just keeps going, and you never know what direction it's going to go. Even longer than Bo Rap, yes, quite a bit longer than Bo Rap, in fact. I would tell you where the Prophet song is in my all time, but I found it impossible to put them number wise. So for me, it would just generally be a top five song, a top three, a top 10. And then any song that I would call a top 10 song could fit anywhere in that top 10 list from day to day. Well, I was lucky enough to have seen them twice live. And the second time I saw them, I was in the fourth row. So Freddie was, 10 feet away from me. Actually, Brian was closest to me. I was right in front of Brian, or he was right in front of me. But yeah, I can certainly understand and sympathize with those who have, grown to love the band, that weren't around to see them live. But thank goodness for YouTube. I mean, 20 years ago, we didn't even have this. If you didn't have something on a VHS tape somewhere, you were just too bad for you. I am very fortunate for sure. I'm bragging, Paula, right? If I had seen them three times, okay, I would brag, but I only saw them twice. So, yeah, I would like to have, because both times I saw them, of course, were in smaller venues, which I think I prefer, but I would like to have seen one of the big stadium shows just because you're such a large audience of people. The energy just must be incredible. But ideally, I would go like, I would love to go like to the Rainbow or to Hammersmith, the smaller couple thousand people venues. And I would love to have seen Queen play. If I could see them at any time, it would have been in the smaller, more personal venues, the up close and personal stuff. Hey, dreams can be real hot. It's just like a memory, right? And Ulrich, yes, they were loud, right? Like Queen was a loud band. I think the Who was the loudest touring at the time, but Queen was also very, very loud. I enjoyed. I watched a tribute concert on television. Of course, I really liked it. I thought there were some great performances there. Okay, let's keep moving. We got our final quarterfinal bracket here. So for this one, we're going to be hitting number one for "Love of My Life." No, sorry, "Lily of the Valley," and two for "The Miracle." So number one for Lily of the Valley, two for The Miracle. All right, now you guys are gonna have to. Now you guys are gonna make me double count this here. I thought it was gonna be an easy pick. No, it looks like Lily of the Valley's the winner. I'm generally trying to skip if I see multiple votes. I don't always see them. So Lily of the Valley. Gonna have to have a moderator soon to take care of you troublemakers. Hello, Julian, by the way. Just noticed you there. Welcome. Alexander, hello. Couple new faces today. Good to see you both. No, I was speaking more of Alexander, sorry. I've seen Julian before, yes. I might be mistaken about Alexander as well, but okay, so here we go. We're moving on to our two semifinals. For our first semifinal, we have the Prophet Song. We're going to be hitting number 1 for the Prophet Song or number 2 for Lazing on a Sunday Afternoon. Yeah, I wish Zenobia would come and join us. One of the more knowledgeable Queen fans out there for sure. And I love what she does in all the comment sections, very detailed. I used to have the patience for that, but so the Prophet Song is number 1. Lazing on a Sunday Afternoon is a 2. All right, I'm seeing the winner as the Prophet Song, although not as a lot closer than I thought. Mm-hmm. Yeah, every Saturday, Alex, with a few exceptions, of course, but generally every Saturday, 2 o'clock, we'll be doing a live kind of we'll tie in with Queen in some way. I'll invent games and trivia as we go along. We got about 3 more weeks of the Queen bracket stuff to do, and then we'll do some album art um, votes, and whatever comes along after that. So absolutely, please join us. Yeah, well, that's the difficulty. I tried to pick a time that would be accommodating for as many people as possible. But even that becomes, almost an exercise in futility because Queen has fans all around the world. So we're all in completely different time zones and work schedules. And yeah, unfortunately, this is, I think, the time that seems to work the best overall. I know most of the people in the UK are as long as they're up till midnight, anyways. I guess it's a little later for you in Denmark, I guess. What are you? What time have you got there in Denmark? I wish I was retired. Unfortunately, I got a few more years to go. Although I did go and buy myself a Gold Rush scratch and win. So yeah, I could win $10,000. I don't even know what I would do with $10,000. Spend it, I guess. It's not enough. It's not. It's not like you can buy a house with it anymore. Good one, Donna. Exactly. Yes. So it's just after midnight. Okay. So you're 9 hours ahead. Oh, no, Lee. Believe me, that'll be one of the first things I plan when I get my lottery winnings. I'm going to call up Mary at Garden Lodge and ask her if we can use the premises for a little gathering. I'm sure she'll be fine with it. Well, Freddie, I'm sure Freddie had his share of parties there. We'll just go for a little recreation. And remember, we're all dressing up in our favorite Freddy costumes, right? So when you come to this party, you got to be some timeline of Freddy. Yeah, we might want to. Yeah, we might want to lay back a little bit on the midgets with coke on their head, or at least the myth. Topless and jeans. Yeah, okay. I look forward to it, Paula. Yeah, I'm gonna wear the little white booty shorts from the second night of the Montreal show. Yeah, Louise, that was on Hap3 Speaks or something. That was on his live. He went to see Garden Lodge and he was just standing there filming down the side of the wall when you hear the big crack and you see the tree falling in the background. No, the silver sequin jumpsuit was. Oh yeah, I was gonna. That's right. Jonathan was gonna do the Harlequin cat suit. Although he didn't agree to that yet. I think I was the one who decided for him. But the sequin jumpsuit is one of my favorites. Yeah, hint to self, don't climb the trees at the garden lodge. Could you imagine going there to visit and like breaking a tree? And if it's going to be a Queen party, it's got to go the whole weekend too, right? Oh, you're going to go for the Queen Jazz Freddie look. Have you have you got the chest wig to go with that those suspenders, Julian? Excellent. Because I was going to say they do actually sell chest wigs on Amazon. So, I have no idea, Wendy. I had just made the assumption. So Leslie likes the hot space tour. If I had to wear something out on the street, I would wear the white bomber style leather jacket of the hot space tour. Oh, of course. Okay, sorry, Julian. I knew you, but I forgot you were the young chap from Germany there. Good to see you back, by the way. Our youngest Queen fan in the group here. I honestly think, when you look at certain things like Queen music, and I used to attribute this to things like comedy as well. You look back at the old comedies and you had things like the Three Stooges, and it was kind of very visual slapsticky. I always preferred things like the Marx Brothers. I always prefer music and comedy to be a little more complex than just a simple, slap across the face. Hippie, are you kidding? I'm positive that we're all looking forward to seeing you in a Freddy outfit. Should we pick one for you? I have to go eat my grandchildren. Okay, let's get our second half of our bracket here, our final semi-final round here. And for this one, we're going to be hitting one for We Will Rock You, or two for Lily of the Valley. So Lily of the Valley hit two, We Will Rock You hit one. Yeah, I think you would probably be the easiest to recognize, Julian. And I would know who you are without even seeing you ahead of time. And Janet, sorry, I didn't realize you were actually having to run there. Good to see you again. Looking forward to seeing you next week, of course, and have a great day. Did you miss the choices, Julian? We Will Rock You is number one. Lily of the Valley is number 2. There's a new ABBA track, really? Although have they been touring off and on over the years, ABBA in Europe anyways? You know, they are actually one of the top selling artists of all time. So We Will Rock You is the winner of the other semifinal. When was the last time ABBA released? I mean, have they even released music since? Your vote was supposed to be for Lily of the Valley. Do you want me to double count? I think it was still, let's see. Yeah, still We Will Rock You. Yeah, I had just assumed that ABBA was, all broken up and but I can't blame, especially for a lot of these 70s bands. There's a real need or a desire for people to watch them. So you're getting a lot of these old 80s bands, especially getting back together and going out on tour because it could be very profitable for them. They don't even have to write new music. Are you on your way, hippie? Okay, I'll tell you what, just because we're going to start losing some people, we're going to do our finals vote real quick, and then those who need to go can go. So let's do it. Let's get down to get our winner of the week. So for this one, we're going to be hitting 1 for the Prophet song or 2 for We Will Rock You. So Hippie can throw a vote in there before you run off. 82 is the last ABBA song. Wow, that's about right. Yeah. They did have a little resurgence when, what was that? What was that movie? Something about the traveling, not the traveling underpants one. Why can't I remember the name of this? It was good. It centered around ABBA music. It wasn't about ABBA per se. So the Prophet song is 1. We Will Rock You is 2. Um, no, it wasn't. It wasn't Mamma Mia. It was before Mamma Mia. Hang on, I'll see if I can figure it out here. Uh, who was that? What's that guy's name that was in it? He was also in Romeo and Juliet. Let's see if I can find this out here. John Leguizamo was the guy who was in it. Let's see if I can find it in his. Would have been probably about the 80s, maybe 90s. Sorry, it's going to take me a moment to find this. if at all. Was it Tu Wong Fu? Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar. No, is that the one that I? No, no, I've mixed this up with something else. Anyways, it was before Mamma Mia. Anyways, so Melissa is on your way. Okay, have a good evening or day, Melissa. So it looks like the Prophet song was the winner. Is this correct? I know almost back to what time when do you guys go back to school in Germany, Julian? Do you go back on Tuesday or Monday? And the Prophet song is the official winner of the 8th Queen Song Bracket Challenge. Oh, you guys are already back in school. What part of were you from Munich, Julian? Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. That's the one I'm thinking of, Chris. Yes. Did that not have an ABBA theme to that movie? Was it an Australian movie? Yeah, I spent about a month in Munich in the early 2000s. Beautiful city. I loved it there. I was staying not far from the Olympic Park. Yeah, Australian. It was yeah, I think that was an Abbey themed movie. I seem to remember. I quite enjoyed it. I remember enjoying. I haven't seen it since it was released, but Kaylin, take care. We'll see you next week. And yes, Chris, you and me both, brother. I'm glad this one pulled it out. Although I thought We Will Rock You had a chance, but We Will Rock You might be one of those songs. Well, yeah, it will be back in the finals bracket again, so we'll have one more opportunity. So, anybody who intends to watch this later, remember it takes, can take upwards for a day for the chat text to show up with the video itself. It must be strange watching these videos without seeing the text on the side because you only have me saying random things. Well, Julian, in a few weeks' time, it's got another chance. I just saw your comment about being off your meds, Wendy. I'm not really sure what that implies. Oh, okay. Are you a dancer, Julian? What kind of dance do you do? Yeah, Donna, I just have to like I say, it's finding it, it's motivating myself, and procrastination something I'm really good at. So I will eventually, like I say, it took me a couple of years to get this channel up and going. And it's probably been quite a lot longer than that I've considered converting that digital. So hopefully. So yeah, it wasn't an ABBA thing. Maybe it was just, yeah, I don't know. I've always connected ABBA with that movie for some reason. Maybe it was just because of the song Mamma Mia. But I remember ABBA had a little bit of a resurgence in popularity around the time that movie was released. It's a ABBA's just it's very listenable. It's very easy listening music. I mean, they're not incredibly diverse per se, but they have a good sound and oh, that's right, both Brian's songs this week. I'm not even thinking about who wrote them when I put them down, but there's the idea earlier about matching Freddie songs against Freddie songs and Brian songs against Brian songs. That would be interesting too. So definitely something to consider. You know, Wendy, I used to be incredibly techy. I love technology. I have a different view of technology nowadays, and that's the impact it's had on us as a society in general. And I don't, my love for technology isn't quite as strong as it used to be. Yeah, Julian's young. He'll heal quick. He'll be out there dancing before he knows it. I want to try to, I wanted to get my son into hip hop to see if he enjoyed it or not. I might still, depending on the day, sometimes he's lukewarm about these things, and other days he's very excited about it. And I did, Julian. Thank you. Yeah, I saw that. Good for you. Make you strong. Okay, well, it appears that our time has come. Thank you all again for continually joining me here on these Saturdays, and it's a lot of fun to do. And so I hope you all take care and have a great week. And I'm back to work sadly after almost, well, I've been back to work the last couple of weeks, but only sporadically. But the school's open on Tuesday for me, so it's back to full time work. You're all very welcome, and thank you as well. Yes, happy birthday, Freddie. We're all thinking about you. I would say looking down on us from above, but I don't believe in that. So wherever Freddie's spirit is, he can hear, and he knows how much we all appreciate him. 28 minutes to champagne. Yes. Okay. Take care, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. We'll see you next week. I'm going to try really hard to get out. I've been working on this Queen 2 album for what, the whole summer now. And at the start of the summer, my big plan was to power through a large portion of the Queen catalog. And obviously, I haven't even finished Queen 2 yet. So I'm going to try to get to that Queen 2 and finish that off sometimes this week as well. I think once I'm back to work, I get back more into a regular routine and keep that going. But yeah, thanks very much. And happy birthday, Freddie. Take care. We'll see you all soon.